up? What up? Late night with BDD. What's up? What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday, and a happy Tuesday it is. First, before I go any further, let me make sure you guys can hear me. Can everybody hear me? I do not appear to be muted on my own desktop, so I believe you should be able to hear me. I believe also happy birthday is in order to our friend Aries Wanderer. Happy birthday to you, my friend. We got a lot of good things that happened today. Some really good things. Like, I got a haircut. What else? How am I feeling? WJ Rasmussen. I am feeling fantastic. Grand. Wonderful. What else? Oh, yeah, I'm wearing this shirt. Which some of you faithful viewers may recognize. What else happened today? Finland joined NATO officially joined NATO. That's a big middle finger in Vladimir Putin's face. So up yours, you son of a bitch. You dirty son of a bitch. What else? Good news. Also, we just learned mere minutes ago, about 30 minutes ago, that Wisconsin, Janet Protasevich, oh my God, help me, Lord. So politics girl had no problem pronouncing her last name, Protasevich. I'm going to say Protasevich, and forgive me if I'm wrong, but she won a very important, humongously important election that I didn't even know was this important until maybe about 3 weeks ago. People were talking about it, and they were like, yeah, everything is at stake in this election. Abortion rights, gerrymandering, having an actual fair electoral map where voters get to choose the politicians and not the other way around, and also having free and fair elections. We were this close. We were that close to getting Donald Trump reelected because if one of the people on the Supreme Court had flipped the vote, it was like a razor-thin margin, 4-3 is that margin on the Wisconsin Supreme Court. And if they had flipped it, Trump would have been president right now. Instead, he is a criminal defendant. So let's review. Let's do a quick recap of what we're going to cover tonight. NBC is music down. Yes, ma'am. I agree with you, Cindy. I feel like I was yelling, and now I feel like not so much. How's that? Is that better, you guys? Huh? Better? It's still there. Slightly, you can hear it, but it's not like boom in your eardrum. Let's see. Oh, okay. So today was 4/4, April 4th. We're gonna discuss the significance of that. Not huge for us. So loud. I'm just gonna do. Oh, wait a minute. There it is. There it is. Is that better, you guys? That should do it. Sorry, I'm just getting a feel for this vehicle I'm driving. Way too loud. Yeah, that should do it. Thank you, Bernadette. Um, Mayor Eric Adams threw down the gauntlet with Marjorie Three Toes, aka Marjorie Taylor Trailer Trader Green, um, and told her you better be on your best behavior or else. And last but not least, the humongous news for today. This T-shirt started to look more and more accurate. As Donald Trump showed up at the Manhattan Criminal Court today to be arraigned and arrested. Yeah, very significant day. Yeah, huge, humongous. So let's have a look here. Let's have a look at this Spanky McDumbass t-shirt. Spanky McDumbass coming to a prison near you soon. Coming to a prison near you soon. So I made this from this book here, The Littlest President, 3 years ago. 3 years ago, and I just feel like just for old time's sake, why don't we just read just this very first spread? This one right here. This used to be my favorite. This page I had in my head, burning in my head for a very long time, and it was a lot of fun to render it finally. This is Spanky McDumbass. Spanky McDumbass is sad. He used to be rich. He used to be a businessman. He used to be a TV star. He used to be the littlest president. But now Spanky McDumbass is in jail. How did he get here? Oh, let's go back. Oh my God, I used to read that shit. I used to read that every day. I'm amazed you guys didn't get tired of that. It was pretty funny. Pretty funny in small doses, I think. But yeah, that was quite a time we had, wasn't it? Before I continue, let me just remind those of you who have just joined us. This is Late Night with BDD. Please remember to hit the subscribe and like button. The like button looks like the thumbs up. Just hit that, please, and also subscribe, please. It helps us grow this channel and continue to bring you entertaining content. So as you can see here, this is my before and after. Boy, I was looking raggedy for a minute there. Huh? That's woo! Look at the before. That's about 3 months worth of growth. And you can see I was wearing my Spoon t-shirt earlier today, which I switched into. It's so funny. I was talking to Wifey about, oh shit, Aries Wanderer says he got indicated. I was talking to Wifey about, the court proceedings today. And she was like, hey, why don't you wear that Spanky McDumbass shirt? I completely forgot about it. Like, I haven't even, this is the first time I've worn this since, I don't know, since this past summer. And feels good. Feels very good. All right. So let's see what else. I said today was 404. 404. April 4th is also the anniversary. I believe it's the 55th anniversary of the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And famously, Dr. King had made the statement about justice. And what's that statement? He says, the arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends towards justice. Truer words have never been said. Unfortunately, I feel like my context is off there. He's not talking about the stuff like with Donald Trump, but whatever. I said what I said, and he said what he said. Somebody please tell us why Meredith Powell is muted, although I can see you. I'm not sure. You said you're muted, but I see you loud and clear, Meredith. I see you there. Okay. Okay, so 404, all of us know what 404 is. If you've been on the interwebs for at least a year, you've typed in a web address or you've clicked on a link and you found that link is dead. It's nobody home at that link. It's not working. So that's 404 is the code for that. Means not found. Or as you can see on this graphic here, it says the requested URL/bad page was not found on this server. That's all we know. What? Google? That's all you know? Okay. So what else is not found? What else is 404? The Republican health care plan. That's 404. What else is 404? The Republican plan to fix inflation. Remember when they all campaigned on inflation and crime? They've completely forgotten about that, and they've focused on the next new shiny thing, which is wokeness wars, M&Ms, books, pretty much anything that they can possibly cancel. They who are against cancel culture. But what's been found? Remember Mark Meadows? Mark Meadows used to be the chief of staff for Donald Trump, and then he just disappeared one day. Well, he's been in hiding because he has got a treasure trove of text messages on his phone all around January 6th. So Donald Trump has been trying his damnedest to keep these people from testifying. Not just Mark Meadows, but John Ratcliffe, Robert O'Brien, Stephen Miller, Dan Scavino, Ken Cuccinelli, Nick Luna, and John McEntee. These not upstanding citizens are all going to have to testify according to a federal judge. So that's some more good news. Fast forward to this morning when, or I guess, I'm not sure when Eric Adams made his statement. It might have been yesterday. But basically, he said he wasn't threatening. He wasn't intimidating. He's just like, hey, this is New York. We are well equipped to handle a heavy load. But, to Marjorie Taylor Greene, we expect you to be on your best behavior when you come into town. Oh, shit. That damn Karen called her Marjorie Taylor Kong. Why? We got some good news here. I think Brandon Johnson elected Chicago mayor. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you guys. I don't know Chicago politics. So please let me know if that's a good thing or not. I know there were two candidates. One was more conservative. One was more progressive. Which one was Brandon? Help me out with that. Anyway, so yeah, Mayor Adams was basically just putting Marjorie Taylor Greene on notice. She is known to be somewhat of a bomb thrower or a pipe bomb layer, whatever. She is a troublemaker. She's a rabble rouser. So he just let her know, if you come with it, we got what it takes to shut you down. And she basically melted down. She says, "Oh, Mayor Adams was intimidating me. He's trying to intimidate me. He's trying to stop me from supporting President Trump." Well, she showed up. She did show up in New York City. And she was there for a hot 5 minutes. Yes, 5, maybe no longer than 10 minutes. But, she went from, "I'm not going anywhere," to, "I got to get the fuck out of here." And wait, we have a video. We do have a video.
Marjorie! You animal, you! Go back to the farm, you animal! They're looking for you at the sanctuary! You filthy animal! You QAnon lunatic! Hit her with the space lasers! Blast her with the fucking space lasers! Get the fuck out of New York, you racist, sick, filthy, infected animal! Get the fuck out of here!
That was Michael Rappaport. Michael Rappaport brings the fire. Let her know she has she is not welcome. She is persona non grata here in the big city. And there's another scene where this is funny. There's a MAGA guy who is handing out whistles. And somebody asked him, they were like, and he's MAGA. He's just a Trump supporter. Somebody asked him, "Hey, aren't you concerned that, maybe they won't be able to hear what Marjorie Taylor Greene has to say?" And he's like, "No, nobody's concerned. Everybody likes to make noise." So make noise we did. Yo, New York, man. I love it. I think whistleblowing is like the best trolling, especially. I mean, you can't hear with those whistles going off in your ears. It's very, very loud. And I think they got her and Matt Gaetz like that a year or two ago. Very funny. So great stuff, New York. Thank you for that. Who else was in New York? This jackass, George Santos. Who told you you were welcome here? This isn't really even your city, dude. Your own district doesn't want you. Like over 70% of the people in his district are like, "Nah, we don't want him. We don't want him." But yeah, he came. He said he was here to support President Trump. Well, first of all, he's not the president anymore. These clowns need to get used to saying former President Trump. Or how about just Citizen Trump? Citizen Trump. Or Mr. Trump works. So he went from being all smiles, because this clown is only happy when the spotlight is on him. That's why he hasn't left Congress yet. It's not like he doesn't have any shame factor in him. His need for attention is a lot stronger than his receptor for shame. So there's no shame in his game. So he went from happy to be in front of all these cameras with Fat Kanye to that kind of does look like Fat Kanye to I'm leaving because you guys make this impossible. Now, somebody said that he was crying. I couldn't really tell. I didn't get a good video clip showing him in tears, but I'll take people's word for it. They said he was crying, and let's see, Jordan Klemper. Oh yeah, that guy from the Daily Show. Jordan Klepper, is that his name? Yeah. Asked him about his VIL. Huh. Judge Merchant referred to him as Mr. Trump. That's good to know. So yeah, so New York chased out Marjorie Taylor Greene and George Santos in rather quick fashion. I mean, it wasn't long at all. It was at the most 10 minutes they were here. Like, really? Really? It reminds me of that whole meme where they talk about conservatives who are, I'll do anything for my country. I'm a patriot. I'll do anything. I want you to wear this mask before you get on a plane. No. I'm going to do that. Really? You're here to support Donald Trump. You're here for 10 minutes and you're out. That's it. That's all you can manage. That's all you can muster was 10 minutes. Well, what's interesting is that today was supposed to be, a show of support for Donald Trump. Like, remember, 2 weeks ago, Donald Trump first said that he was going to be arrested on Tuesday. Now, that was a big head fake. Everybody bought the head fake. We all expected it. Everybody ran to the Twitter feed, Donald Trump's going to be arrested. And then he wasn't arrested. But what he kind of wanted to do was he was putting his feelers out there. He wanted to see what kind of support he would get. And the kind of support he thought he was going to get looked something like this picture here. Now, at first glance, it looks like Trump, walking confidently, unencumbered by police officers or handcuffs or anything. He's a strong work. He's got, he's a perfectly pressed suit and tie, and the tie isn't too long. And he's got hundreds of people walking behind him as American flags adorn the streets. No, dude. First of all, this is AI, and it's a really bad AI too. I don't know if you guys have seen this. These AI pictures are popping up a lot more often. Some of them are really, really good. This one, though, these AI people are in the crowd are mangled badly. Yeah, no, it wasn't like this at all. He didn't have hundreds. He didn't even have dozens. Oh, okay. Actually, maybe he did have a few dozens. I know it was reported on MSNBC. I think it was Ari Melber. It might have been Ari Melber, or no. Excuse me. It was Lawrence. Right before this, he said he saw about 100 people there, but he said they weren't raucous, they weren't loud. He said they were quiet and polite, almost a little bit defeated and deflated. Maybe he had fives. Yeah. And it's interesting because the head game up here, it's psychological now. The last time Donald Trump called for people to rally behind him was January 6th, right? It was January 6th, and rally they did. It wasn't even 100. It was like thousands of people. Thousands of people showed up, and about 1,000 of them got arrested. And did Donald Trump bail them out? Nope. Not at all. Not a dime. Not a penny. All the money he's collected, I bet you at least half of those people have donated at least $100 to Donald Trump. Minimum. Probably much more to prove how much they love and respect and admire him. They probably gave $500, $1,000. Because think about it. These are the people who are so diehard, they showed up on that day and they fucking stormed the United States Capitol building. To do that, to go out on a limb like that, you had to believe that he 100% had your back. So they probably, I'm going to fork over half my paycheck for the first 3 months of this year. That's what happened. So now they got all these things going on in their head. What's up with that guy, Ray Epps? you guys familiar with Ray Epps? Ray Epps is a guy who I've seen videos of, right? And it's weird to me. I fully understand why they have this conspiracy theory about Ray Epps, because he's a dude who appears to be a Trump supporter. He's got the MAGA hat on, and he's like, all right, everybody, tomorrow we're going into the Capitol. He's on video saying this shit. It is weird too, because there were a few people nearby who called. They were like, nah, don't trust this guy. They were like, nah, don't trust him. And then the next day, he showed up again, and he was right by the front, by the police barricades or whatever. And he was like, all right, guys, remember, we're going into the Capitol. And again, some guys were like, nah, don't listen to him. But the crowd wanted raucous. The crowd wanted, can we turn down the music? Yeah, I guess so. I can turn it all the way off. It doesn't matter to me. I'm not even listening to it. Let's see. Boom. There we go. Okay. Juan, I got you. I got you. But Tina G, she's not going to be happy. She's like, hey, the music is already low. God damn it. So anyway, that could possibly explain why the Trump crowd was so low key. Maybe there is a saturation point with maybe there is a saturation point with his followers. Maybe they're starting to trail off. Granted, New York City, if you're going to be hard pressed to find, 100 people in one place who love Donald Trump enough to like take off from work, right? You either got to take off from work or you have to like schedule a lunch break around the time when that rally is happening, because you're working, if you work uptown, you got to, you got to plan getting on the subway and make a transfer over to it's not that easy, the only people that are going to be able to attend that thing are going to be in that vicinity. And maybe some of them don't want to be caught on camera. And aside from that, upstate New York, when I say upstate, I mean places like Albany, Syracuse, up in the sticks, the boondocks, those places like that, Staten Island and Long Island. Long Island and Staten Island, those are the places where you have a thick, heavy concentration of Trump supporters. But Long Island, you got to get on the LIE. That shit is murder. I don't care how much you love Donald Trump, nobody's getting on that LIE just for a half hour, 45-minute rally. And it's a good thing that they didn't, because even Marjorie Taylor Greene couldn't handle it, nor could George Santos. I thought it was interesting that he couldn't muster any other support. Elise Stefanik, she's a New York representative. Where the hell was she? Where was that guy who ran against Kathy Hochul? I don't even remember his name. He's a little guy. Where was he? Where were all the pro-Trump representatives and senators? Huh? Where was Josh Hawley, Mr. Sedition Fist? Where was Ted Cruz? Where are those jackasses? Huh? It's an interesting thing to ponder because these guys say, yeah, we support Donald Trump. Really? Where the fuck were you then? Huh? You sell out, you punk ass bitch. You son of a bee. Instead, they let him show up by his damn self. Oh. Yeah, you know what? They were commentators right on TV talking about what a solemn day this is. This is a solemn day. This is a sad occasion. Nah, no, no, no. I'm sorry. I was not sad, not one bit. No, I chuckled my motherfucking ass off. Huh? I chuckled. Yeah. How could you be so mean? What are you celebrating other people's misery? These are actual tweets I took the time to reply to. Why? Because, Donald Trump unleashed his supporters. And let me say this, right? He didn't rise to prominence in this country because of his business acumen. That's a fucking joke, right? That is a myth. Business acumen? What? You mean the 6 bankruptcies? Those? You mean all of his failed businesses? Those? You mean all the people he stiffed? What kind of businessman stiffs workers? You are supposed to be a contractor, a developer, excuse me, developer. Half of your shit is your workforce, the people you pay to build things for you, and you're stiffing them? Who does that? Look, I worked at a graphic design and printing company, right? Imagine if I stiffed our vendors, my freelance designers. I would bring freelance designers in all the time to work on projects because I'm busy. I can't hand it off. If I didn't pay these people, then I don't have them to rely on for the next project and the next project. There's a way of doing business, and he did not have it. He was a jackass. They told me that if Donald Trump had taken $1,000, just 1,000, and invested it in like some kind of mutual fund or something, he would have ended up with like, I don't know, 2 million, 20 million, something like that. He would have been in the plus column. Instead, he ended up bankrupt so many times because he couldn't manage money. He bragged about being the king of debt. Who brags about that? Who brags about I can never manage my money, so I'm always in debt? How is that a fucking brag? So no, he didn't rise to prominence because he was so good at business, right? He didn't rise to prominence because he was good at speaking. He was not an orator. He was not articulate like President Obama. He made George W. Bush look like Plato by comparison, So no, he didn't rise to prominence because of that. He rose to prominence because he was able to tap into the hatred that was running through some people's veins in this country. The people who were pissed off because they were getting shit about forwarding a racist email to their coworkers or a sexist email because they couldn't use the N-word. All this bullshit, this politically correctness. Political correctness turned into wokeness. So that's, Ron DeSantis making himself the king of anti-wokeness. He's just repackaging Donald Trump's hatred, his hate message. So Donald Trump allowed these people to be their worst selves. All of a sudden, we see all of these quote unquote Karens and Chads, these people who appearing on our videos, being their worst selves, poolside Patty, Barbecue Betty, all these horrible, horrible people chastising black people who are just trying to have a nice little cookout, or a little girl selling some Girl Scout cookies. You want to get on your phone and call the police over that shit. You know, all these horrible people telling folks who have lived here their whole lives to take your ass and go back to where you came from. Motherfucker, I was born here. We'll go back to where I came from. Are you crazy? So all these people came out of the woodworks because Donald Trump said the coast is clear. Everything's okay. You can be that jackass. I got you covered. You know, what else did he do? What else did he do for them? He didn't he only lowered taxes for the richest people and the biggest corporations. He didn't lower taxes for the little guy. He fucked the farmers. He fucked the middle class. He fucked the poor. He fucked a porn star while his wife was giving birth. You know, and the evangelical right support him. Support him. Like, that's, dude, like, in that moment, you couldn't hold off, huh? You could not hold off. And by the way, that's not what he got arrested for. That's not what he was indicted for. It was just part of the story. Anyway, I got off on a tangent here because people were saying you shouldn't be celebrating, you shouldn't be so happy about this. But yeah, I'm happy about it because he unleashed these denizens on us, the people who spent 4 or 5 years in a row telling us, you lost, get over it. Huh? Fuck your feelings, snowflake. Huh? Ooh, I'm gonna drink your lip tears. What? Who drinks people's tears? That's disgusting. It's disgusting. I know, now we're drinking MAGA tears. I'm not touching MAGA tears, just so you know. I wouldn't wash my car with it. I wouldn't put it down my esophagus. But yeah, so why am I happy? Because you know what? Yeah, it's a little bit of that. It's a little bit of that. Uh, ah, look how the turntables. It's Michael Scott from The Office. How the turntables. See how the tables turn. Yeah, now we're in the catbird seat. I really would prefer not to be a dickhead, and uh, you know, play tit for tat or whatever. But you know what? Seriously, in order for us to get back to zero, hear me out. Hear me out. In order for us to get back to zero, they had their fun. Now we need to have our fun, and then let's call it even. All right. You guys want to fuck around with us? We could do that. We could play this the hard way and keep going back and forth, or we could just chill. Say, you got yours, we got ours. Now let's go back to quietly despising each other. We can disagree without being disagreeable. Huh? Look, my whole life, I remember I've had people who were Republicans as coworkers and friends. We didn't have all this acrimony, but Donald Trump like fucking changed this, and this MAGA shit is 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 disgusting. MAGA has to go. Go back to regular Republican, flush that MAGA shit down the toilet. And until MAGA is gone, we're going to be like this because we can't coexist with MAGA. We can't. MAGA means that screw your thank you, Lulu girl. That's very kind of you. Very, very nice to make it the kind of donation. Um, MAGA means that people of color don't have the same rights. And MAGA means that women cannot get abortions. MAGA means that our LGBTQ brothers and sisters, friends and family and coworkers have zero rights. Yeah. Um, MAGA is intolerant. MAGA is hatred. He said, "You don't know. It means America first." No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. If it was really America first, why is Donald Trump sending all of his shit to China, to be manufactured? Why? Yes, Michelle says MAGA equals my ass got arrested. Wait, I have one for that. Ooh, there we go. Thank you for that. And Sandra from Paramount, California, thank you for that too. Um, so anyway, let me get off this tangent here because I'm on a tangent. It's a very funny scene when he walked in, and I unfortunately don't have a video of the moment he walked in. Somebody was ahead of him, right? And they opened up the door, but they didn't hold it for him, so it slammed on him. I know it's petty, but it was funny. It was very funny to me. Oh shit! Foxhill Dream said she had to block her sister today. Finally came forward as being a MAGA. That is, I feel sad for you. I feel sad. That has got to hurt. It really has to hurt. Wilbur McCarthy says MAGA means take America back to the 1700s when only white men had power. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you. That was one thing that stuck in my craw for a very long time. Like, make America great again, great again. When was America great? Great for everybody, because up until the 1960s, until 1964, we didn't have a Civil Rights Act. We, Black people, did not have a Civil Rights Act. Not just Black, but Black and Latino people of color did not have a Civil Rights Act to guarantee that we wouldn't be treated like shit because of the color of our skin. And Aries Wanderer, the birthday girl. Thank you, my friend. Thank you very kindly for that. Yes, Lula girl was funny. He had to push the door himself. That was great. Anyway, I brought another video to share with you guys. You want to see it? It's funny. Some of you have seen this one already, but I'll play it anyway.
That motherfucker's guilty. 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 That motherfucker's.
Yeah. He is guilty. He is right now just at the stage of, Nez from Connecticut. Thank you, my friend. Thank you so kindly for that. And I feel like I missed somebody here. Oh, man, Diane London, thank you, too. Thank you so kindly. So anyway, he filed into court, and he was fingerprinted. We didn't get to see his fingerprints. He was mugshotted. We didn't get to see his mugshot. We did get to see him look sad, as he filed in, and a bit out of it, because this is a situation where he cannot control. This is very unusual for him, where he can't bully people or boss people around. There at the table, there is Boris Epstein, the far right. There is Joe Tacopina, and I forget this woman's name. It's like I forget her name. But a lot of people thought she looked like Marcia Clark from the O.J. Simpson trial. I was hoping somebody knew her name. Somebody I'm sure knows her name. Anyway, he's very, very much out of sorts. He might be on drugs. actually here. He might be on Adderall mixed with Valium or something to keep him on an even keel. Um, but yeah, I mean, think about it. He's a guy who loves, not only does he love crowds, right? He loves big crowds. It can't just be a small gathering, like they like to make fun of Joe Biden's COVID rallies. The COVID rallies were scant. People were socially distanced in these little circles. So what did he have? Like 30, 40 people at the most at his rallies. You couldn't even call it a rally. So if Trump couldn't even muster that many people to show up for him. So, he was kind of bummed out. That's probably that look that we saw here. He's fucked up. He's sad. He got a big sad because there was only a few people who showed up in support of him. And good. I'm glad. So 34 counts of business. Wait, what the hell was it? The motherfucker's guilty. Let's see. Business something. Business fraud? No. Falsifying business records is what it was. And if convicted of all of the charges in New York, the New York Post reported that Trump could be facing a whopping 136 years in prison if he's convicted on all 34 felony counts. That shit is, he's not going to do 36 years. I guarantee you he won't do 36 years. That damn Alaskan, what? There you go. Thank you, my friend. Then today we dance. Thank you for that, my friend. Motherfuckers guilty. That shit is sticking in my head. Yeah, he's not going to do 136 years. He won't do 36 years. I don't even think he'll do 36 months. Not for that one. Not for the thing that he was arraigned on today. Those 34 counts. He won't. At most, he'll get a fine, probably, for this. That's not a small thing. It goes on his record. He'll try to play this thing up. And MAGA Nation will try to play this whole thing up as though this is a good thing for him. It's not a good thing. When you are a convicted felon, when you have that on your record, you can't, you lose a bit of your swerve. You do. You're a criminal. You're an ex-con. Huh? There are ex-cons, in real life. It is very difficult for an ex-con to get work. It is. I'm not an ex-con. I've been arrested a few times, about a handful of times. When I had my drug, my drug problem. Yeah, I was busted for mostly shoplifting, and they got me for trespassing. I was on the subway. Yeah, because I didn't have anywhere to sleep. At one point, I was completely homeless, but that's, a story for another time. I was arrested a few times and I've been processed, and, it's not fun, but those were misdemeanors. A felony, if you get a felony charge like this, you have to list on a job application whether or not you've ever been convicted of a felony. They don't ask you if you've been convicted of a misdemeanor. They only ask for a felony. Cha, excellent question. How do felons get security clearance? Because I do not know. So if anyone in the audience knows how a felon gets security clearance, let me know. Punxsutawney Mo says, as a felon, can't vote for himself. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. But here's one thing. The rule, like felons not being able to vote, I think this messed up. Like, if you've done your time, I think you should be able to vote. It's, you're still a citizen. Unless you're not a citizen, unless you're in prison and you're like an illegal immigrant or something, then you shouldn't get to vote. Only citizens should get to vote. But as if you're in prison, that shouldn't give you shouldn't forfeit the right to vote. That's your right as an American citizen. I think. Change my mind on that. I think that uh oh, this is a good one here. Mary Focht says felons can't own a gun either. That makes sense. That makes sense. So yeah, he's going to lose some privileges. He's going to lose some standing. He'll lose standing in the eyes of some people. Of obviously not the most extreme. The most extreme Trump supporters. He could eat a baby in he could pour like a whole bunch of ketchup on a live baby and eat that baby on camera and not lose his most severe, extreme supporters. He wouldn't. When he says I could shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue and not lose a vote, yeah. Sorry. That damn Alaskan said, can you imagine finding a gun small enough for those hands? Let's see. Hang on. Yeah, I got something for that. Before Donald Trump walked into the courthouse, he held up his tiny fist in defiance. I love the internet, man. The internet is undefeated. It's memes galore. Where was I here? Yeah. So this case right now is not a big deal in my opinion. I also heard that that trial is likely not going to start until early next year at the earliest, maybe very very late this year, but probably not even. He is, if he's not good at anything else, he is good at delaying court dates, of just like stretching shit out. And as long as his supporters continue to throw money his way, he can do that. Mary says December. Oh, damn, did I miss that? Thank you guys. Thank you. I was busy working on PowerPoint earlier, so I didn't get all of the details. Oh, okay. Damn Alaskan says next appearance for Trump is December 4th. 4th. So that's not even necessarily the beginning of a trial. But there are at least three other cases that we need to keep our eye on. One is the Atlanta Fulton County case. I just need you to find 11,780 votes, which is one more than I have. That one. Fannie Willis got something for that ass. There's also the E. Jean Carroll rape and defamation case. Then there is Jack Smith. Jack Smith, I believe, is working on both the classified documents, which seems to be a pretty straightforward case. And January 6th. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm not trying to burst anybody's bubbles, but something about Jack Smith is giving me the willies, giving me the heebie-jeebies, in the sense that I'm just what's that? Once bitten, twice shy. You know, that whole thing from Robert Mueller, shades of Robert Mueller. I just hope that doesn't happen again. That shit. And I know it's different. It was Bill Barr versus Merrick Garland, but really, if we're hoping that Merrick Garland is the guy who's not going to uh, put the kibosh on Jack Smith's case, I'm not all that confident about it. Look, I know this is an irrational fear that I have that Jack Smith's stuff is going to amount to nothing. And that's only because, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, you can't get fooled again. You know? um, that's all that is. I'm leery because of what has happened in the past. Is all I'm saying. I hope I'm wrong. I'm trying to manage my own expectations. Uh, Punxsutawney Mo says Garland is a coward. I don't know. I don't know that he's a coward. I think maybe he's not the same guy who went after Timothy McVeigh in that Oklahoma City bombing. I feel like maybe he's, you know, I think sometimes we mellow in our older years because I used to be like a lot more fiery than I am now. Can you imagine that? Yeah, I was a fiery guy when my kids were younger. Sanders Money's touch is that one of Lord kind of been a worker Smith. Okay, Cindy C. um. Well, anyway, we'll see what happens. We shall see. But for right now, I'm going to enjoy this this feeling like the wheels of justice feel like they are finally turning in the right direction, in a positive direction. Um, people, I posted a tweet earlier today, and I think I'll share that with you. Let me just see, hit this share screen. Share screen. Where's my tab here? This one? Share. Okay. So I posted a tweet. Oh, look. Bunny. 2 bunnies in my front yard. This was amazing. This is very cool. But that's not what I was looking for here. Here, this one here. There's a whole lot of energy out here saying they can't believe he's being prosecuted for these charges. But I'm old enough to remember when people were arrested for a fake $20 bill, a backpack, and a failure to use a turn signal on an empty road. So miss me with that bullshit. So what do I mean? Have any of you caught any of the fire from the women's college basketball this past weekend? There was a showdown between LSU and Iowa, and on the Iowa team. Now, mind you, I was not following women's college basketball at all. At all. I don't follow men's college basketball. It's too much basketball for me to keep track of. I can't keep track of 64 teams or however many teams. That's a shitload of teams to have to know all about. I don't follow it. But Iowa has a player named Caitlin Clark. Now, I've seen video clips of Caitlin Clark. She's the real deal. She's the real deal. It's amazing what the things that this young lady has done in her very short college basketball career. Astounding. She deserves all the accolades that are available for what she's done. Now, in sports, whether it's basketball, football, baseball, tennis, soccer, you name it. There's some trash talking. That's what people do. That's what athletes do. They do trash talk each other. It's part of the game. You want to sometimes, as they say, you want to get inside your opponent's head, make them second guess themselves. It is part of the game. Trash talking. It happens, right? So this is what happened. This girl, Caitlin Clark, she has a move. Um, I could be wrong. I think it means like you can't see me, maybe something like you can't see me. I think that's what that means. Anyway, she didn't even do it in this game, apparently. She had done it in a previous game, but a young lady on the other team, LSU, her name was Angel Reese, and she took umbrage to that thing, and she's like, I'm gonna let my play do the talking. And the only time she did this back to Caitlin Clark all the way at the end of the game. The end of the game, LSU had not only won, but won by a surprising amount. So there was like 10 seconds left or something, and she found Caitlin Clark and went like this to her and then pointed her ring finger because she's like, we got this ring. Whatever, you know. When Caitlin Clark did that, Caitlin Clark, in case you didn't know, is white. Angel Reese, in case you didn't know, is black. Caitlin Clark did it, and people are like, "Oh, she's fierce. She's a competitor. That's great, etc., etc." When Angel Reese did it, they brought out all of their, "Oh, this is disgraceful. She's classless, classless, class." The notion of class, in case you didn't know, is reserved for black people. It is either it's like an undercover slam, yeah, or a backhanded compliment. You know, that's what they say, about black people when they can't think of anything else. Oh, such a classy guy. Meaning what? Would you not expect me to exhibit the level of class that every other person exhibits? Whatever. They said that she was classless for doing the same thing Caitlin Clark did. I brought this up because my point is Donald Trump is being indicted, arraigned, arrested, prosecuted for the falsifying the business documents. That is a white collar crime. White collar crime is not a victimless crime. Somebody, is getting suckered out of money. Somebody, is being lied to. So, in the case of George Floyd allegedly tried to pass a counterfeit $20 bill. Sandra Bland. She was pulled over by police for failure to use her turn signal on an empty road. She was dead within a week later, in custody. Who was the other guy? I mean, Khalif Browder spent 3 years in prison for allegedly stealing a backpack, for a fucking backpack. So don't tell me, oh, this is an outrage that you're getting him for this little thing. It's $130,000 we're talking about. And not just $130,000, mind you. It's also Karen McDougal, $150,000. It's that it's the doorman, 30 grand. They paid this guy 30. This was all part of this catch and kill apparently there's a thing called catch and kill, where he was working with David Pecker from the National Enquirer in a scheme to catch whatever bad stories were out there that could damage Trump and his presidential aspiration, and kill the story, kill it by paying it off. Right. So that, thank you, Mary, says it's all $400,000 altogether. Thank you for that. That's a lot. Yeah, Punks Tony Mo. I didn't know about this until today either. That was news. That was news to me. So yeah, it's not nothing, all this shit. It's proof that he was trying to hide shit to affect the election. So yeah. All those people that I mentioned previously, all killed for offenses that were under $100. I could go on too. I feel like there's was it Eric Garner who was strangled to death for selling loose cigarettes? You fucking kidding me? That, my friends, is where the whole Black Lives Matter thing erupted. That's where it came from. It came from the frustration of, like, why are you killing us for these little piddly, little nothing offenses? That's where that shit came from. It wasn't somebody woke up one day and said, you know what? Only Black Lives Matter. Come on, man. And the thing is, they know. They know that that's not what it means. They know, and they don't care. They don't like the idea of us being on par, having equity. I've heard that recently, that there's a thing, DEI, I think is diversity, equity, inclusion. Is that it? And they have a problem with that. Like, why? What the fuck is so wrong with us having an even playing field? What's wrong with it? Philando Castile. Yeah. And there wasn't even, oh, that was tragic. He was killed in front of his kid and his girlfriend right there in the car. Unreal. So yeah, don't come at me with, oh, they shouldn't be prosecuting him for this. Why not? Is he is he exempt from being prosecuted for certain crimes? So you mean to tell me that if Donald Trump attempted to pass off a fraudulent $20 bill, and by the way, Michelle, thank you for the $20. The timing was perfect. If Donald Trump had tried to pass off a fake $20 bill, he would have survived that encounter. Nobody would have put their knee on his neck. Huh? Why? Oh, because he wasn't on drugs? Fuck that. He was on. Donald Trump is always on drugs. He's on Adderall. Always. If he failed to use a turn signal on an empty road, he'd still be alive too, wouldn't he? He would. So yeah, there's a double standard here. That's my point. So if it's good for us, it's good for him. Any question? Any question? Simon, my dude. Oh my God, Simon. Thank you, buddy. I know it's late. It's late where you are now. Holy shit. Did you wake up early for this, or were you here the whole time? Dude. You guys, Simon is across the pond. It's the 5-hour difference. It's like 4:30 in the morning over there. Simon, my dude. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Why are you up? Thank you. Aries Wanderer. Elijah McClain was a guy who sang to stray cats. Oh, that one hurts me. Aries Wanderer. Elijah McClain was a young man from uh, Colorado, right? That one truly hurt me because he seemed like such a kind, sweet soul, you know. Ah, Trayvon Martin, yeah, and the list goes on and on and on, you know. Cha, thank you, my friend. Thank you too. Thank you for that. Ahmad Arbery. Guys, don't come on. What are you trying to do to me? Yes, Ahmad Arbery. Tamir Rice. Tamir Rice was 13 years old. Was 12 or 13, playing in the playground. He had a toy gun. And cops thought it was real, and they killed him. Killed him. If you saw this little boy's face, ah, I'm actually still waiting for what's that show? Movie Till. The movie about Emmett Till. I'm waiting. I'm saving up my tears for that movie. I'm saving my tears for that. So don't try to get me to break down. You know I'm very sensitive. All right, guys. What questions do you have for me? Questions, comments, concerns, feedback, criticisms? Lulu Girl says heart wrenching. Indeed. Indeed. Foxhill Dreams. Always remember and say their names. Yes. Smila J says the list is so long. Yeah. Yeah. We gotta make some progress, you know? Gotta make some progress. Trump Reaper says, when are you gonna do another show? I don't know. You know, Jonathan uh philosophy philosophy reached out to me. Jonathan Slater reached out to me and wanted and suggested that I get um Randy Rainbow on the show. And I actually reached out to him. I think Tony Michaels. Yeah, I think I might have him. If he was willing to come on the show, yeah, why not? I know he likes to drop a lot of F bombs, but that's fine. After the first 5 minutes, he could drop as many as he likes. Um, Jonathan Slater was suggesting I get Randy Rainbow on the show. And I had actually reached out to him last year, and he was very, very busy. His assistant told me that no, that, you know, she had to prioritize his appearances. And I think that was a nice way of telling me, nah, man, you don't rank. So whatever. You know, if I can, I will. And Mark Hamill's assistant has also said he doesn't do these things at all. He doesn't do them. I think he did. I did a fundraiser with Mark Hamill that one time. That's different, but like, you know, people's podcasts, I don't think he's doing that. I could be wrong, but maybe it has to be associated with a project or a charity that he's working on. How much extra ammunition do you think the other prosecutors gleaned from his Trump bullshit show at Mar-a-Lago tonight? Oh, I missed his Mar-a-Lago bullshit. I did not see it at all. I didn't see it, so I'll have to catch up after the show here. Richard Marks does not follow me. These are great suggestions, by the way. So if you're able to put me in touch with the Richard Marks, if anybody knows him, if he follows you, and let him know. Brooklyn Dad is looking for people to bring onto the show. Oh, the second gentleman. That would be fantasticals. Uh, despite also considering the fact that he does know who Brooklyn Dad is. Yeah. Okay. So, I have not watched Carnival Row yet. Haven't. I'm like buried in TV shows. In fact, I'm probably gonna have to like just chill out on TV shows altogether. I have so many that I'm watching. Uh, oh, Lula Girl says he was sniffing up a storm. Damn, I missed it, huh? Because I watched from 8 to 10. I was watching Rachel Maddow, or was it 9 to 10? It was Rachel Maddow, Chris Hayes, uh, those guys. Like they were all together, and then from 10 until 10:30, I was watching Lawrence. Sherry Scary says, criticize the judge and his wife tonight. Yeah. He's going to Victor Shee. Victor Shee has a few fans here. All right. I'm gonna reach out and that damn I'm gonna reach out to Victor Shee and see if I can get him on the show. Simon says he sadly watched all 25 minutes of it. Pure morbid curiosity. I can dig it. Yeah. Oh, speaking of morbid curiosity, I was very disappointed in 60 Minutes and Leslie Stahl for giving Marjorie Taylor Greene a platform on what was once a prestigious show. 60 Minutes now is, just what are they doing? Shilling for clicks, Is that why they had her on there? Because I did watch clips on Twitter that showed Marjorie Taylor Greene accusing the entire Democratic Party of being pedophiles. It's absurd on its face because what? How do you accuse an entire party, millions of people, of being pedophiles? That's disgusting. That's sick. I wouldn't even do that I wouldn't accuse the whole Republican Party of being pedophiles, despite the fact that we do see quite a few of them get arrested for that stuff. But all Leslie Stahl was able to muster from that accusation was, wow, that's insufficient. Wow is insufficient. Where's your umbrage? That's your show. You knew she was going to say some crazy shit. Why didn't you prepare for it? You know what? I may be a novice, a noob at the interview thing, but I think I could have done a better job than Leslie Stahl, personally. But I also would not have had Marjorie Taylor Greene on my show. I wouldn't do it. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, it is it's about that time. Really, it's kind of late in the evening, and I still got a ton of works that I got to do. So I want to thank you for joining me for another fun episode, celebratory episode of That Would Be. I'm your host, BDD, aka Brooklyn Dad. And once again, happy birthday to our friend Aries Wanderer. If you have not yet gotten your shot, what are you waiting for? Get that shot. Wear a mask. Keep your social distance 6 feet or better. And have a lovely, relaxing evening. And I look forward to seeing you guys at the next show. Same time, same place. I love you all. peace. And it's super quiet now. Hey. Thank you, Bernadette. That damn Alaskan, you guys have kept me sane over the past 3 years, so thank you too. And we still got a whole lot of more to go. We got a whole lot of more. Thank you, Wajasoko. Indictment Day. Yes. And it's only the first of many. Simon, my friend, I do appreciate you greatly. Thank you, buddy. We got CJ22. CJ, take care, BDD. Keep fighting the good fight. Yes, I will. And thank you. Thank you, Lulu girl. Love that that avatar. That's Alfred E. Newman from Mad Magazine. Cindy C says, don't celebrate too hard, everyone. Laura Donahue is a little leery of watching Till. She's seen his casket pics. You know, his mom wanted that casket to be open to send a message to the world, you know, to put the world on notice. And that was important. That was an important thing that she did. It's difficult, but yeah. Elaine Prieta with the awesome reminder to please remember to hit that like button. Hit that like button. And now, ladies and gentlemen, you know, it's that time. You don't need to leave, but you can't stay here because you need to leave.